Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Civilization 6 in our The Elder King series. This is episode 18 of The Elder King.
It is obvious that while
things are going well,
is struggling to bring heaven to earth, some men are using its materials in the construction of hell.
So yeah, things are going pretty well. We are almost near both tech trees. Actually, was there a tech? Was there a... Oh yeah, we haven't researched... We never researched pikemen, military tactics. It's like a really, really old tech. It's way back there. It's going to be done in one turn. Well, let's go ahead and knock that out. Wow. Just goes to show you how, avoiding leaf techs can surprise you later on. Actually, we need to promote this missile cruiser, don't we? So let's go ahead and give them extra bombardment ability because they might be involved in a war against China pretty soon. Just saying. Alliance with Gilgamesh has run its course. That is not the alliance expired indicator, though. Just saying. That is the spy escape indicator. Successful spy escape. But yeah, things are going really well. We are currently working on the moon landing.
Strategy requires thought.
Because it's going to give us a huge culture boost. We are working on the Estadio de Maracana, and we're about to get another pop in Susa, so that might help there as well. We're 18 turns away now, but that extra pop could bring that even faster. Tarsus, we are 31 turns away from Oxford University. Are we getting the suzerain bonus for Auckland? No, we're not. Qin Shi Huang stole him from us, so we need to get that back. We might soon-ish, but once we take Apadana from Qin Shi Huang, we might have a little bit of an easier time with our amenities. Maybe because they've already been earned, and we've already built other wonders, they might not be as effective, but we'll see. We'll have to see exactly how that math works out. I'm going to go ahead and go for nuclear fusion so we can get access to the new tier of nuclear weaponry, specifically the ICBM. Now, Ray does need... You know what? I need to keep just working on... Let's do another nuclear sub here. Okay, and this missile cruiser I'm going to have on alert in Anshan for now. I can actually... Yeah, I can go ahead and just buy a builder here. Matter of fact, I can buy that and a watermill. So yeah, we're going to do that. It's going to improve our new city even more. Our new missile cruiser is ready to go, so we're going to move them off of China's waters just to make Qin Shi Huang a little bit nervous, or a lot nervous. Again, Xi'an is their capital. It might not be the biggest city, but if we can take that, we'll take a number of their wonders away from them. Okay, I'm going to... So people are looking for uranium since I have so much of it, and I'm going to try and hold them off. We have one nuclear device, as you can see. And that might be used in a war with China, but I don't know. I kind of want to use it on Cleopatra. No particular reason. This spy is going to need to go... Hang on. We've got a spy here. We've got one on the way down to Xi'an. Tell you what, why don't we start messing with Cleopatra a bit? Go to Rockadet. Alright, now you... Ooh, we can build a seaside resort here. But first, before I do anything else, I do want to improve that rice. And it looks like Alexander is sending an apostle to see us. I think we have an apostle of our own somewhere, don't we? I remember trying to find a Roman apostle. Or actually, no, that's... I'm thinking of For Queen and Country, aren't I? Yeah, I probably am. So, here's our mechanized infantry that we promoted. You can just hang out. We do not have an apostle, it looks like. So let's go ahead and purchase one with faith. Oh, we can't. Why not? Oh, because there's an inquisitor on our holy site. Now we can purchase one with faith. Let's go ahead and get an apostle. And then you will have a promotion available next turn. And we'll send that apostle out to deal with whatever Alexander... Yeah, see, they've converted Anshan, or Anashan, rather. It's Anashan to Catholicism. But only one of the citizens is Catholic. So we can get out there with our other apostle and be okay. So let's have a look, first of all, at what Catholicism does before I... Alright, so it allows the construction of synagogues. We don't have a holy district yet. Alright, so this apostle... Religious spread eliminates other religions in the target city. Perfect! That's exactly what I need it to do. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to go for that workshop there in Zronka. It's just going to take 5 turns. Power plant would be pretty enticing. Extra production up here. Yeah, I'm going to go for that first, just because I need all of my cities to be as built up when it comes to production as I can manage it. Okay, So we could go for an airport now and get additional production that way. We could also go for a military academy and have the same amount of extra production done 10 turns sooner. We also haven't built a harbor yet here, which would give us access to another trade route. Okay, let's go for the military academy first. And then this Inquisitor, I'm going to have them hang out for a bit. Now, I kind of want to send... Yeah, let's go ahead and put a trade route. As I get new trade routes, or old trade routes renewing themselves, I'm going to go ahead and focus on making sure they're starting from one of these two cities, because we want those projects to finish. We don't want anyone else beating us to them. Okay, so we've got that rice set up. That'll help the city grow faster. We're working on a second builder. We already bought one. We've got some bananas to improve as well, so that'll help. I don't believe I mentioned in the last episode, I brought them up, but I didn't finish the thought because something else pulled me away from it. These bananas that I, was so ornery about improving because they've been sitting there, they're actually outside of Pasargadai's range. So as you can see, these would be within the city's range if they weren't wonders, but they're outside of Pasargadai's range. So those were needlessly improved. If we were to conquer, say, Seoul or Auckland, then they would be more useful to us. Okay, so this spy has gained some sources. Let's go ahead and have them sabotage production first. So we're going to wreck production in their biggest city and then see about disabling their rocketry as well. We're also going to sabotage production in their second largest city. All right, this apostle needs to head over to this city. The Inquisitor... I see another religion bleeding its way into our territory. We only have one spread left with this Inquisitor. I suppose I should take them here. So we'll send them to that particular city and have them clean that. Now this spy, this is our industrial center spy. So you're just going to counter spy and go back to protecting the industrial center. All right, I want you to trade with Bakhtri. It's going to be a sea trade route. Oxford's done in 26 turns. Estadio is done in 15. So the additional citizen, I feel like, did help out, especially in this case, maybe not so much in this one. And oh hi, Gorgo finally has some units up close to me. Let's take care of that. Enjoy your war weariness. Oh, and by the way, just for the commenters who pointed this out to me, yes, I realized that Alexander does not actually gain war weariness. I was just having a massive mental derp when I was recording those episodes where I was so excited about beating him that I was like, enjoy your war weariness. He actually doesn't get war weariness at all. It's one of his special abilities. Not Macedon's special abilities, but his special ability. So yes, I'm quite aware and I appreciate the reminder. 1 turn away from the mobile SAM, 17 turns away from the moon landing, which again is going to give us a massive culture boost. Okay, so we can declare friendship with Gilgamesh again. I really hope we get both of these wonders. It's going to be a little bit tight. We're 2 turns away from a new commercial hub in Tushpa, so that'll give us access to another trade route, which I could use.
When we look up at night and view the stars, everything we see is shining because of distant nuclear fusion. I never think of the future.
All right. Nanotech and Future Civic. Didn't they add an option? Didn't they change this to where this would repeat endlessly? I'm surprised that it's... Oh, it's actually generating 3,200 culture. Oh, no, it's not. That's just how much it costs. So the Future Civic doesn't actually describe anything. No, I know what it is. They added this. I don't think this actually existed before then. So I thought they made it to where it would repeat endlessly and I wouldn't have to keep selecting it. But they did add it to the game. It wasn't in the game before this most recent patch. I do need to build Operation Ivy, but not just yet. Yeah, let me go ahead and go for the broadcast center. I am fully expecting China to potentially declare war on me in the next little while. Alright, so we need to improve those because that's going to get us additional culture. Not just yet, but it will once our religion is in place. Okay, now here we can siphon funds at a... I mean, our chances of success and failure are pretty damn good. So let's go ahead and go for that. We're going to get some money from Alexander. And we are going to cleanse Sikhism from Shari Kumis. That's our last charge with that Inquisitor, though, so we need to keep an eye on that. Okay, our new commercial hub is almost done. Let's also take a look at victory conditions. Looks like Alexander is moving towards having the satellite launched. So is Gilgamesh. Qin Shi Huang is almost done with it, in fact. So we've got some other civilizations definitely moving toward a science victory. They're not going to make it, but we need to keep an eye on them. All right, we do have access to a new trader. Saw that. So let's go ahead and just buy another builder. Meanwhile, I want the trader. I want more production for this city. As much as I want the Great Library or Oxford University, what I really want is Estadio de Maracana. So let's go ahead and purchase the trader here. And next turn, we're going to be able to give them orders. And then this, ooh, we got another trader that we can set up. So this one I will send to Tarsus. And we'll reallocate all of these traders when... actually, I think I need to keep this trader here because this city needs to grow. Go ahead and trade with the capital. This Argonau's fine. Oh, wow, you're still having trouble. That kind of sucks. I'll tell you what, we'll turn off production focus so you don't lose any citizens. All right, let's go to the next turn, and then we're going to have lots of trade production available to us. Okay, so they're willing to give me some gold per turn and open their borders, and they want some luxury resources. Sure. Anything to lull you into a false sense of security. But, I mean, it's not like the AI have honored their agreements in this series in the past. Multiple times, I think both Cleopatra and especially Qin Shi Huang have really made an effort to, like, make a deal with me, and then the very next turn completely negate it and say, screw you, I want a war. All right, so this city just needs production. So let's go ahead and trade with Tashpa. Get a maximum amount of food there, and then extra production here as well. Okay, there's a drop-down box here that lets us see different routes. That's pretty cool. Yep, we're going to trade with Tashpa as well for the food reasons. Yeah, 21 turns away. Not bad at all. That's better. Now we just need to get... we're pretty close to getting Auckland back, I think, because we're only 3 turns away from getting that. So let's go ahead and gain sources here, and then we can sabotage production in Egypt's capital. Yep, need to improve that. How is our... Okay, our apostle is on the way. 3 turns away. All right, we are officially almost less than 10 turns away from the massive stadium wonder. Actually, we're 4 turns away from a new citizen in Tarsus, so that could help build Oxford faster as well. Great news there. Still 29. Oh, wow. Went from 22 to 29 for a bit there. That might just be due to a trade route. We'll see. I think it is, in fact, but we'll see. Venetian arsenal needs to be built here. Receive a second naval unit each time you train a naval unit. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. This is going to suppress some gold production, but you know what? That's fine. 22 turns. If I put you on, you're already on production focus, in fact. We have 3 envoys. Perfect. We just got our suzerain bonus back, and Oxford University will finish much faster now because we're getting production, again, from all of our tiles there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and build... Are these... Yeah, this has hills, so I can't build a seaside resort there. Let's go ahead and build a Paradise here. A little bit of extra culture and gold for our new city. Oh, nice. Okay, so in fact, we do have another deal to pursue. Let's go ahead and just keep trading there. 10 turns away. I think we're going to get it this episode. We've been proceeding at a pretty nice pace so far. This number might change a good bit. I don't know if the turns properly recalculated when we got that suzerain bonus. Yep, it did recalculate. There we go. 15 turns away from Oxford University. So reallocating some of those trade routes has come in handy.
Had begun to bend at the hand of nanotechnology. This produced a lot of good and a lot of bad.
Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and go for future tech. So this just, again, improves our points toward the score vector. We are done with the tech and civics trees. We're at the top of our game. So, and we're less than 20 episodes into the series. This is nuts. All right, now in Gordian, I can honestly benefit from some things that would help me build faster, but I don't, there's no options for that. Oh, what would the best option be? Another machine gun, maybe? Let's just do more infantry. I remarked in the last episode that it seemed like we had fewer infantry than I thought we did, so... All right, we're going to have this observation balloon hang out with our rocket artillery to increase their range. So this guy will be able to wreak havoc on China the moment he declares war on me again. All right, we do have a spy here, don't we? Yes, we do. This spy is 3 turns away from hopefully sabotaging their production in that city, and that would be a great time to attack them, actually. That'll be the moment that we can do a lot of damage to him. We might even be able to just... No, I don't want to nuke Xi'an, but... we're going to do a lot of damage regardless. Okay, so our apostle has arrived. Excellent. This is now a Zoroastrian city, completely Zoroastrian, in fact. And I'm going to have that apostle actually hang out in Anashan, just in case anyone gets any funny ideas. All right, you're going to go into escort formation. And now the range on this unit is ridiculous. The attack range is 4. I don't know if that's boosted, if that includes the boost that I'm getting from the observation balloon, or if it's actually going to be 5. We'll find out. It's actually been a while since I fought with rocket artillery in a game of Civ 6. I typically have won the game by this point. Ah, we have a housing issue in Ray. I was wondering when we get another indicator on one of our cities. 8 turns, 12 turns, 11 turns from the moon landing. Okay. We do need to build Operation Ivy. Let's go ahead and work on that. I'm going to build Operation Ivy in Tushpa. And then this apostle can just... I can spread religion one more time, actually, and maybe get that 4th citizen. Let's do that just so that... I think that should have converted it. Let's have a look. Nope, not quite. But that 4th citizen should not be closer to becoming Zoroastrian. Oh, hi! How's it going? So they have, in fact, sent some apostles. So we can have some theological combat out here, which will hurt his religion if I win. Nice! Alright, so production has been successfully sabotaged in the Chinese capital. And Chengdu at the same time. Oh, it's fantastic news. Alright, so we can promote this spy. First of all, we can sabotage production as if 2 levels more experienced. Ace driver, if caught on a mission, have a much higher chance of escape. I like that idea too. Tell you what, let's go ahead and go to sabotage production expert, because I feel like that would be the #1 thing to do. Major defeat if we go there, but I could get a decisive victory out of attacking those guys. Excellent. Alright, so that's going to reduce their religion's influence in... If it is God's will that your people believe in our ways, who am I to stop it? Let's see if we can piss off Rome. So that affected all of the neighboring cities a little bit. I'm actually kind of frustrated that... oh yeah, we got a good boost in Ostia as a result of that. That's why Rome was frustrated. But yeah, that reduced the influence of that religion in multiple cities nearby. Again, in a 10-tile radius. It's quite impressive. Okay, there's nothing else that can be done here, so let's go ahead and move... We need to wreck another Chinese city. I would imagine this city is the logical one to do, because... No, actually, Beijing is the right one. Beijing is the larger city, and they have a spaceport. I wouldn't mind taking Beijing from China. Alright, so big surprise, they're attacking with their apostles. There's another one right here, so they actually have a number of apostles in the area. Alright, Anashan is now completely Zoroastrian after that victory. Nice! Good amount of gold there. Let's go ahead and win this victory while we can, because that's going to reduce the influence of their religion even more in the area before they manage to kill me. Yeah, it should be affecting multiple cities in the area. Yeah, you can tell that it is. It's just, yeah, Ostia is actually Zoroastrian now, which is hilarious. Alright, so this guy needs to be promoted as well. Steel technology as if 2 levels more experienced. I don't really need that. Time to complete all missions reduced by 25%. We could benefit from that, so let's go ahead and do that. And we need to disrupt rocketry here, so let's work on that. Because it looks like they are, in fact, working on a space project here. Okay, we are probably about to lose our... Yep. So that's that. That sucks. I don't think that's actually good. Oh, no, it did reintroduce Catholicism to our city. All right, Rome is not happy with me because of my proselytizing. You converted one of their cities. Yes, I know I did. It was great. Thanks for reminding me. All right, what have we got? We've got this unit here. We'll tell you what, I need to get another unit out that direction, specifically an Inquisitor. And then maybe an Apostle as well. I can buy a research lab with faith. I don't need to do that, though, so let's go ahead and just get the apostle here, and we'll send them in that direction, after we promote them in the next turn anyway. And by that direction, I mean in the direction of our new colony city. All right, I definitely want to just keep the production pressure up here, so we're going to keep you trading with Tarsus. That stadium's going to be done in 4 turns. All right, we can siphon funds from Alexander. We can steal great works from Alexander. Or I could position myself in another one of his cities. Let's do that, because I think he is going for the... He has a spaceport in Amphipolis, and I would rather I get set up there. I can wreck his space progress. Speaking of that, let's have a look. All right, it looks like China has launched their satellite. Alexander's launched their satellite. So they're working on their moon landings at the same time as us. So we have to keep an eye on them now. We're going to turn our focus of our spies completely towards the moon landings. 20% religious strength and theological combat? Yes, absolutely. All right, so this spy can now sabotage production. Let's go ahead and do that. We have a lot of money. Yeah, I'm going to go for the seaport. And I suppose I'll just keep working on... Let's go for the sewer, just to have that in place. All right, this Inquisitor... Whoa, hello, what are you doing? I hate that. Scrolling in Civ 6 works strangely. Unlike a lot of other, click and drag situations, what can happen is if you release the mouse pointer, like for instance, I'm going to click right here and then move here. If the mouse ends up pointing at a unit in the process of doing all this and you release the mouse release will do something. Well, it'll select that unit or that tile or that building or whatever's there. It shouldn't do that, obviously. That's a very uncommon function when it comes to mouse scrolling. Oh, look, Cleopatra doesn't like me. That's such a surprise. We have different governments, is her reason this time. Do you really need a reason, Cleopatra? Let's be honest. 3 turns away from the Estadio. Again, if we get that, I have a feeling someone has the potential to beat us to it by a couple of turns, but if we get it...
I never think of the future. It comes soon enough.
Okay. No, I didn't want to click that. I just want that. There we go. Great person. Excellent. I think this is the very last great person that's even available. Let's go ahead and recruit them. Yep, we just got the very last great person in the game. And we're going to go to the Sydney Opera House with them. What is that? Raga or Raja Kama Joiga? Or Raja Kamaj Jogia. I'm not even going to try. Well, I did try, but I'm not even going to assume that's correct, I suppose I should say. All right, so let's bring this... We need to bring this apostle down here a little bit further. Meanwhile, this missile cruiser's just hanging out. And yeah, let's just keep production going here because it looks like this city needs both food and production. Wow, 6 turns away from the moon landing. And then we're going to turn all of our spies toward our enemies and make sure no one else wins the tech victory while we're going for culture. Culture victory, we are very close. Possibly even, if I were to extend this episode a bit until the moon landing finish, we might get it this episode. It's possible, I think. Okay, so it looks like there's a little bit of a rebellion problem in Seoul. Can I potentially buy something to resolve this issue here? Unfortunately, it doesn't appear that I can. Now, holy site districts, we learned the hard way, do not actually have anything housing related. I think encampments do. I mean, they do, right? Hang on, let's have a look. We've got this encampment here. No, these don't provide housing. I thought they did, though. I thought barracks provide... Yeah, barracks do provide housing. So an encampment would help in Ray with the housing situation. I think, yeah, that's probably the most logical place to put it. It's going to affect production a little bit, but we'll work on doing that. Hagmatana could benefit from This is a border city with Cleopatra. It's going to be cranking out units before long. The harbor, I think, is what we really need to do here, though. And that will help with production, so it's not a military district per se, but it'll help with our economy. All right, let's go ahead and disrupt rocketry here in Beijing. All right, so we don't quite have thermonuclear devices yet. But we have 2 submarines now that are capable of launching them once they're ready. Okay. Again, I'm not even going to pretend that I can get that right. 1 turn away from our new wonder, and I think we're going to get it. 5 turns away from the moon landing, and 8 turns away from Oxford. 12 turns away from Operation Ivy.
Down through its history,
Fantastic.
only 3 people have managed to silence the Americana. The Pope, Frank Sinatra, and me.
Excellent. Okay, so as a result of having that, let's take a look again. No, not East Esta. All right. +2 amenities in each city in your civilization must be built on flat land. And then there's also +6 culture. So, huge benefit that we just gained. I don't think we're going to have amenity issues for the rest of the series, in fact. All right, Susa now can build, well, anything they want, honestly. Industrial zone would probably be best, because it's a central city. It's a production powerhouse. Let's go ahead and put it here and work on that. All right, you can just hang out. We're going to be at war with China, I think, very soon. I want maximum production for this particular city. Yeah, just keep trading with the capital. That's fine with me. Sargadai does have a housing issue, but if I buy a sewer, the housing issue goes away. Hey, look at that. 7 turns away from Oxford University. We are almost to the year 2000 AD. Okay, we have a Roman apostle, actually, in our territory, which is not cool. So I might need to purchase an apostle of my own, maybe an inquisitor, and send them after that guy. Excuse me. Randomly lost my voice for a second there. Alright, so Vilnius... Oh, okay, that's where the attacking effects are coming from. They still have some barbarians nearby. I don't know where they originated from, either Seoul or Auckland. But...
There is nothing like a dream to create the future.
Alright, so there's that. Future tech. We can launch a nuke right now. We have the ability. Let's go ahead and gain sources first before we try and get in the way of Alexander's space plans. How's everybody doing? We are very close to the culture victory. Science victory-wise. Oh, interesting. So they're offering a defensive pact. And I'm offering an alliance and open borders. And Mercury. And they're going to give me... You know what? No. Don't need to go in that hard. Maybe we do. I mean, it's good to be allied with Gilgamesh, but I think I'm okay. We still have a missile cruiser here in Anashan that I could bring back. All right, so here's our religious units arriving to help cleanse this region. Let's go ahead and take care of that, shall we? Oh, we actually can't do anything with it that turn. That sucks. All right, well, in that case, next turn we're going to cleanse that city. Meanwhile... This spy is the one protecting our industrial district, so you just keep doing that, please. Need to make sure that no one gets any funny ideas. 2 turns away from the moon landing. I suspect that when we get this, we might win the culture victory, which is why I'm kind of holding out a little bit before I cut this episode. We're 5 turns away from Oxford University, too, so I kind of want to wait for that as well. Nice. So, rocketry has been disrupted in Chengdu, and I think their production sucks, too, so... That's good news. Takes no time to establish presence in an enemy city. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that promotion as well. Alright, the Inquisitor needs to cleanse that city. And then we need to use 1 spread religion there. There is a Roman cavalry unit nearby. Need to keep an eye on them, see what they're thinking about doing. Alright, moon landing is about to launch. Actually 7 turns away from the Venetian arsenal, which is going to help us build up our navy. And we can use our navy in attacking China and then later in attacking Egypt. There it is! This could also be the culture victory because of this. I just don't know quite how that culture bonus will translate to tourism.
You can never plan the future by the past.
Okay, no. That just helped us. That just gave us additional points, actually. So I don't think... Yeah. I mean, it seems like maybe we're a little bit closer, but no. So it's tourism-based, not culture-based for the culture victory, period. Good to know. All right, so now that we've launched that, I think I've built everything I can in this area, so I just need to build some additional units. Let's go ahead and work on some more rocket artillery, shall we? War is coming. Okay, so this guy can move. I want to go to another Chinese city, probably. We've wrecked... We need to go to Lanxi, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Or is it Lanqi, I suppose? It wouldn't be a she, it would be... No, that is the correct pronunciation. Never mind, my bad. I think, anyway. Yeah, we're going to keep this Inquisitor here because theological combat would come in quite handy. It looks like Rome is thinking about settling here, so maybe can we talk to them about that? Alright, no. But where can they settle? They can settle in one of those spots. So yeah, they're thinking about it because they've got a settler they had to pull up on the beach here and then move down that direction. Alright, next turn. We are 3 turns away from Oxford University, also 3 turns away from this broadcast center. 3 turns away from a sewer being finished. These wonders should help us out. Oh, we've got barbarian. Oh, no! See, this isn't even my problem. This nonsense. Now we're going to have to repair that district. Hopefully it won't take too long. But hang on. Can I potentially buy a unit here? I can buy a naturalist. Let's not do that, though. There could be buildings that I could purchase with that. Alright, well, I can't do anything there. That's annoying as hell. Alright, so what happened there? Gain sources successfully. Oh no, we failed to sabotage production, so just try again. That's fine. Just keep going. And we definitely have a number of... we can use these rocket artillery to take care of some of these guys, and it looks like there are a number of pretty advanced barbarians that could pose a threat. So, oh, here we go. Here's another infantry. It's been sitting here the whole time. It's just been really hard to see. You guys probably told me about that in a comment on a past episode. Alright, so there's our mechanized infantry corps. Now let's go ahead and put you here. Actually, no, let's put them there to guard against anything that would attack that entertainment district. Tourists away. I think we pretty much halted China's progress on their space program. We need to stop Alexander's. He only has 1 city, though. China was our biggest threat as far as them rapidly advancing towards the space program. Glorious. Also, there's a builder there that we could potentially take. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so that builder's ours now. It's 2 charges left. And there's a food tile I can improve. Very nice. Alright, Rome did settle Brundisium here, so I'm going to go ahead and, if they're going to try and settle the island with me, then I'm going to have that city belong to my religion, and there's nothing they can do about it. Okay, you go ahead and gain sources, and then in 8 turns, we'll disrupt rocketry there. We are 1 turn away from Oxford University, so let's go for that, and then I'll go ahead and cut the episode. We're a little bit over time on this one, but that's fine. We're about to go on break back to Alexander, so it makes sense to have a few long episodes here and there. That was our mobile Sam, right?
The clever men at Oxford know all there is to be knowed, but they none of them know 1/2 as much as intelligent Mr. Toad.
Now, since we finished the tech tree, I actually think Oxford isn't going to be that good for us anymore. It's really just for the sake of having additional culture.
I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. I never think of the future.
Nice. Yeah, so that really didn't help us that much, all things considered. I've just been really excited to have that for the sake of additional tourism. It does have slots for great works of writing, though, which could potentially help. But we've already earned all the great people, too. So again, not a huge help at this point, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and choose Civic. Future Civic is fine, and then I just want to get these options set up. Let's go ahead and buy a research lab. Not that it matters. And then production-wise, an aerodrome might be handy in this city. And again, so would an industrial zone. God, can you imagine it? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, because this tile here doesn't have anything going for it. It's a desert tile. If we get that, we'll have even more production in one of our most productive cities. It'll be really easy to crank out tons of units. Let's go for mechanized infantry there. And finally, just a few more things here. Let's go ahead and do the zoo. Let's move back out of their territory. Same with this unit here. I'm surprised China hasn't declared war on me. Alright, so we've wrecked their spaceport. Let's go ahead and travel to another city. Rome has built a spaceport. We do need to mess with Gilgamesh, much as I hate to say it. Gilgamesh is the furthest along, so let's go ahead and put one in. It looks like Isin, if that's how you pronounce that, will be the most important city to place that. And then this. Yep. All right. That city is now Zoroastrian. Also looks like there's a Catholic apostle come to say hello. Oh, they have an inquisitor nearby. That sucks. So they're going to be able to reconvert that pretty quickly. All right, tell you what. Let's go ahead and sabotage production first. Well, no. Let's disrupt rocketry first. Well, hang on. No, I like that more, because if we do that, then it slows down all of their building, including their repairing, and things get better. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one here because we're almost 40 minutes into the episode, in fact. We are 4 turns away from Operation Ivy, so that's the ability to build thermonuclear devices. We're building up our production in our central-most production-happiest cities. So I think we're putting ourselves in a pretty good position to... I'm going to kill you, too, and I'm going to enjoy it. We're putting ourselves... Okay, there we go. We're putting ourselves in a pretty good position to not only win the culture victory, let's have a look at that real quick. We're probably going to win it near the outset of the next episode, but then also we can spend a few episodes just focused on trying to build up a military, conquer China, conquer Egypt, and maybe more. We'll see. It's just a matter of how long it stays fun for me and how long it stays for you to watch. So yeah, we're going to keep this going. Again, the series is going to be going on break after episode 20, but my point is that we'll bring it back. We'll do more with it because this is fun, and I want to finish this up in a way other than just a straight culture victory because we haven't had a lot of fighting. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out as usual every day at noon Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.